Hello everyone, so I'm back with another video, and in this video we are going to build a Twitter UI clone using .NET MAUI. So I'm actually still not feeling well, that's why there was this gap. So I think I have uploaded my last video almost 2 weeks back, so I'm still not feeling well, but still I find some time to make this video for you guys. So please keep supporting me and like and share my videos if you like my content, and drop comments on my videos, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I will try to be more consistent on this channel. And before going on this break, so I was actually working on one Netflix clone using .NET MAUI, and that was not just UI clone, so that was having we were getting the movies and TV shows records from the TMDB API, the movie database API. So I'm using that in that video, and I'm working on a Blazor real-time chat application as well. So it is using Blazor and SignalR. So I'm going to drop those two complete build soon on this channel only. So please subscribe my channel and press that bell icon so that you don't miss the updates for those new videos. So let's get back to the video. So I have created this one new project using .NET MAUI template, and I have simply run it. So I have not done anything in this. So now we are going to build Twitter UI. So I have taken the screenshot of where is it here? It's here. So I have simply taken screenshot of this thing. So this is the main feed page, and then this is the flyout menu, left flyout menu. So we are going to build these two. We will try to build these two. So let's start with this one. So yeah, so first thing, we need these icons, right? Home, search. I think this is mic icon. So I don't use Twitter much actually. So this picture of myself, it should be around around 10 to 12 years back. So I don't usually use Twitter so frequently. So yeah, that's why I see this. And now I'm going to download these icons. So to download these icons, let's go to internet and let's search for font awesome icons. For free, or maybe let's go to icons. First thing, we need home icon. Okay, we will get uh, free only. Okay, so I'm going to, yeah, so for example, let's take this, and we are going to download SVG files for these icons. So download this SVG, and let me get all these icons. So I'll be back. So I have downloaded all the icons, and I'm going to paste these inside maybe these images. So let's paste these icons, and now you see all these icons have this hyphen inside it. So for .NET MAUI images and icons, hyphen is not allowed. So only lowercase characters with underscore are allowed. Nothing more than, apart from these two, nothing is allowed. So let me rename all these. I'm going to remove these hyphens, and let me add underscore. Maybe remove this. Just say bal.svg, comment.svg, and let me rename all these. So I have renamed all these. And now we are good. So let me run it again. I'm running it. So it's running. Let's try this. So um, I'm going to set it this side for reference, and then this one I'm adding it here, and now we'll code, and it is not working. Okay, so let's have it like this. So first thing, we are in main page and we need app shell, and app shell opening. I am opening app shell. This is app shell, and okay, we are good. So first thing you will see, we have header, and in header we have three things. First we have this user icon. So I'm going to use icon here, not image. Then this Twitter image in the center of the header, then this star on the right side. Then we have this complete area, then we have these five tabs. So let's start with these tabs, and it has flyout menu as well. So first thing, let's start with app shell. So what we are going to do here, first thing, it says flyout behavior is disabled. So we are going to change it. It should be flyout behavior flyout. So we will have this flyout. Now for these tabs, I'm going to have one tab bar, and then this tab bar will going to have these multiple tabs. So how shell in .NET MAUI works, we can have these tabs, and inside the tabs we can have these shell contents. Okay, and this is one, then second. Now the thing is, if so the .NET MAUI, it can actually infer if we have multiple sibling shell contents inside tab bar. So all those are by default works as tab, so we don't need these tabs explicitly. So we can use like this, and I'm setting it. So first thing is home icon. So title home, and icon will be home.png. Second one is this search. So we don't need title, we can remove this title, and the icon will be search.png, and let me repeat these three more times. So the third one is this microphone, and the fourth one is this notification bell. So this is bell, and then the last one is this envelope. And let's check the spellings. So bell, we have bell. First thing is home, and we do not have home, we have house. So let's change it to house.png. Then the second one is search. So do we have search here? Search. No. It's Zoom. I didn't download search icon. Search. Oh, magnifying glass. So I must have renamed it as Zoom. Okay, let's change it to search, and we cannot Sorry, we cannot change it because it's in running mode. So for now, let's use this only. So it will be zoom.png, then this, and the last one is envelope. And yep, and we don't have these names, so we can remove this title from here, and we are good now. Shell contents, all these are. So we have defined these things. So we are good with this bottom navigation tabs. Now for flyout menu, what is it? So this flyout menu, we have already changed this to flyout behavior to this flyout. Now the flyout background image, no, not flyout background image. So by default it uses this icon for this, and we can change this icon to some image or something like that. So for example, in this Twitter uses this our profile picture, so I'm going to use one image here. So there was one property, so I am just trying to find out which was that flower backdrop. This was not flyout. Shell dot flyout background color, flyout background image, flyout footer template header, header behavior, flyout icon. And this icon must be of type image source. Yeah. So for this image source, we can simply set image source. Do we have icon on source? For image source, we can directly set the source, I guess. Flyout icon, or maybe can we set it here only? Shell dot flyout icon. What if we set user.png here? Would it change it? User.png. Do we have this user.png? Yes. Let's try to rerun if it is able to, else we'll need to search. Hmm. And yes, it changed it. So we are using this icon here for flyout, and we have all these tabs. Let's continue for the next part. Second thing, this header. Can you see my mouse? Yeah. So for this header, the header background color is white. So we need to change this. So it has shell dot. I guess background color is the one. Yes. So background color, we have changed it, and now the image is not here. And why the image is not here? Because of the color. Okay, it was of white color. So we need to change that PNG. So if we go to user, if we go here, we somehow can change the color. So I'm not very much familiar with SVG files, but maybe we can add some fill color. I don't know if it is going to work or not. Let's see if it will rerun. It's here and it did not pick up the color. Let's see any other color, any other image, maybe any other image which is using the fill color, path, day, and nothing, star, nothing, QR code, microphone, erase, switching, house, ellipsis, and we have fill none. This was .NET bot. So this fill actually, it was user, right? Fill black, maybe it is not able to figure out the color from name. We have 336. Okay, I have changed it to hex code and let's check if it works. If it does not work, we need to. So if you know how to change the color, maybe you can let me know in the comments. For now, I will have to use some other, or maybe there's no fill. What I can try for this, maybe let's go to app shell and instead of white, I can try some other color, maybe this color, so that at least this icon is visible for now. Yep. And now comes the second part. So it is not showing anything. So the default page is this main page. So let's go to this main page .xml, and if we define title for this, so it will be Twitter. So we see this Twitter, but the problem is it should be center aligned, right? So if you look into this image, it is actually center aligned. So this is not direct title. What we can define uh, for this content page, we have this title, and this title is string, and shell of title, maybe shell dot title view. So we can define a view here. So this title view is of type view. So let's, for now, maybe let's use a grid here. Let's check if it is working, and we are saying, for now let's set label only Twitter. Is it going to work? And let's remove this title from here. Let's define some styles. So text color, maybe black, and font size, maybe 20 for now, for just testing. And let's rerun it, and it's running, and yeah, it came, this Twitter. So in this we need two images. First is this Twitter icon, the second one is the star. So we can have this grid only, or we can have one flex layout with these two items. Let's try to use flex layout. In flex layout we will have some one image. It will say twitter.png, spec fill, and height, let's check 25, and width also 25. and that's it. And the second one is also going to be the image only, that will be the star. In flex layout we can have justify content, and it will be space, mm, space between, but it is going to throw this Twitter image to the left, right? Let's check. Yep. So what we can do, maybe we can, or we can have one grid with two columns, and these two items, right aligned items, right? Yeah, let's do that. So let's have one grid with column definition, let's say star and star, and in this column we will copy this out, first one. Second one, let's remove this flex layout, and we will say this will be column 0, which is default, and this will be column 1, column 0, column 1, and we want these to be right aligned. So horizontal options and vertical options center. Let's copy these two and add to this. And now we should be good. Let's run it. It's here, and yeah, the only thing is we need some padding or margin from right side. So if maybe let's add some padding, sorry, right margin to this grid only. So we will say margin left 0, top 0, right 20, bottom 0. Rerun. I could not find this particular star image, so I'm using a simple star image, star icon basically. Yeah, it's here. And in order to change this to real Twitter icon, let's try if we can do this. I'm not sure if I can do this. Do we have some color here or no color at all? Or maybe I can try adding some fill color here. Fill, let's try red if it is able to modify. So instead of red, we need this Twitter's color. So let's try if we can get this Twitter, Twitter, and this must be the. Oh, we have this. Let's check what color is this. So this is SVG image only, right? So maybe we can copy this SVG only. SVG, SVG. Let's try copying this file only. Edit as HTML, copy, go to VS and replace this and rerun this. Let's check. No, it didn't work. Why? Maybe those are having some CSS style for that. Check, yes, colors. This one, RGB. Let's change it to hex and go VS, Control Z, and change this fill color to this color. And let's check now. And yeah, we got this. Okay, so this header is kind of ready. We need to change this image to black, and this is fine, and this background to white. We have this bottom header, bottom tab bar, and we have this header. Now next thing, before jumping into this feed and all this, first let's try to create this flyout uh, items, this flyout. Let's try to fill this flyout view. So let's take a reference of this one. So this thing, the default behavior of this is it will going to have all the items. Now if you look into this, so it has actually three items, three sections we could say. So first one is this flyout header, second one is all these items, so it is actually a scrollable view, and then we have this footer, this is fixed, and this header is fixed. So these three things, so we are going to draw these three things. Okay, so let's start with header. So let me close all other main page HTML and all other are SVG, right? Yeah. So close all, but pin. Oh, let me zoom. Yeah. Now I am on app shell. I need to draw this. So we have these flyout items. We have shell dot flyout, and we have all these. So for flyout header, we have this flyout header. We can add our template to it. For now, let's add this text only, and we could say flyout header. Flyout header, you could say, and same thing. Let me copy it two more times, and one for flyout footer, flyout header, and we will call it flyout footer. And we cannot see it. Why? Let's check, and this will be flyout content. And let's change it to content. So if you could see flyout header, flyout content, and then flyout footer, we are going to design these three. So two things. First, we can add our XAML code here only, or we could have separate content views, and we could add those content views as a control here. So we can try whichever approach we want. So for example, let's, for this header, let's create one uh, control. So I'm going to create one folder here, and I'm going to add a new item to this one, and it would be a .NET MAUI, and it would be a view content view XAML. So let me call it header header.xaml, and we are here. So maybe before that, let me rename it to controls, and when we change it to controls, we need to change the namespace also, controls, and a new folder controls. So we are good now. Okay, this is header. So we need to design this kind of header. For now, for header we are going to use this one, and for this also let's add one more content view, new item, content view, and let's call it flyout content add. And yeah, let's run it, and we will design it from here only so that we could see the hot reload how it is looking. So I am running it. Okay, so it's running now. Now next thing is I'm going to appshell.xaml, and I'm going to add one namespace for this control. So let's call these controls only, and it will be controls right Twitter controls. And for this flyout header, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to use this header component from there. And you see, welcome to .NET MAUI, because if you go to this header, this one, so we have this content here. So we could say flyout header from this one control. So you can see this one. Okay, so we are going to design this. Now let's see what we have in this. So we have this section. So for this section, if you could look closely, we could have maybe this will have one horizontal stack layout or grid, and all of these items we could have one vertical stack layout with this one first item, second item, third item, or maybe first, second, third, fourth items, or maybe we could have one grid only, and it will have first row, second row, third row, and two columns. For first row we will have one two columns, and for these second and third row we will have simply col span 2. So we could use any approach whatever we want, but I like grid, so maybe I'll do this with grid only. So let's remove this vertical stack layout, and let's add one grid here. For this grid, for column definitions, we would have star and auto. So auto means whatever width the content actually needs for this one, so we will use this only. Then star, and the else whatever remaining space is there, the first column is going to use that. And for rows, we are going to have first, second, third, three rows. So and all these three can be auto automatic. And now first item, or maybe for first item we could have one flex layout, or we could have one horizontal stack layout with these two items. So it's up to you. So maybe if we don't want to use this grid, we could have one vertical stack layout with first item as horizontal stack layout for these two, and then two items for this, but I'll use grid. So let's design first. What is happening? Yeah, so let's design first thing, this one. This is our first row. So for first row we have this image, so let's use one image, and for this image it will be row 0 and column 0. Grid dot column 0. And now we could have its property. So source So let's use user.png only, aspect fill and height 30 and width 30, and we should be good to go. And it is not coming up because of the same problem. Let's download one dark user image, user, and maybe this one. Download SVG, user solid. Let me get it. Mhm. Should be good. User solid. Let me rename it user.svg, or maybe let's call it user.field.svg. Copy it and go to Visual Studio, go to resources, images, paste user underscore field.svg. So we will use user underscore field.png, and we will need to rerun it. It's coming. So yeah, we can see this dark image. Where is our sample? Yeah. So now it is working. It started. Now it's row 0 and column 0. Okay, fine. The next thing is we need this one, right? Or maybe for this one also we could have that uh, border, circular border, right? So we have two options for this. Maybe we could have one border with uh, stroke of, so stroke of black color, and the stroke thickness maybe 1, and stroke shape would be round rectangle, and we could say 50. And we will paste this and grid.row and columns. We need to remove this from here, and we will add this here. And height and width, we could use this for here and here. It's here. So rounded rectangle, so it is bigger, right? So maybe let's change this to 50-50 only, 50-50. And for this, we are good. At least it is coming along. We can design it later. The second item is this one. So for this, let's follow a different approach. We could follow the same approach only. So I can show you one more approach. So I can have one more grid here. It will be grid dot row 0 because the first 0 only, and the column will be first for this. And for this one, we are not going to define anything, so it will have only one row and one column. First thing, we can have one ellipse, and this ellipse, it can have a for image. Do we have background color? Yes, we have. So if for ellipse, let's fill it, or do we have stroke? Yes, we have stroke. So for ellipse, we will have one stroke color of black only, and stroke thickness, we will use maybe 3, and then height 50, or maybe we could say 40 for this case. Width request 40, and first item is stored. Now we will use one image with source. This is vertical ellipsis, right? Let's check what is the name of our icon, and it is ellipsis dot png. Now spec, and see this, and we need to set height and width 40, 40, and what is the issue? Height 40, width 40. Do we need to? No. What is it? 5. Only one dot? Notice the issue. Split fill, this one, height and width. Let's try to add height and width to this grid. 40 and width 40. And what if we remove this from here? It is going to fill complete thing. But why? So ellipsis.png. Again, the SVG thing. What is the issue? I have no idea. And maybe you could suggest some tool by which I can maybe modify this SVG images and icons. For now, height 20, width 20. Or maybe let's download one, but this is ellipsis only, right? Vertical ellipsis. Let's check if we could. Vertical ellipsis. So maybe it is taking this one dot only, thin, thick, light. Okay, maybe we can try this thin. Let me now load it, and it is saying this is a pro icon. What about this? Is this also pro? Yes. In our YouTube video, we have used this, right? The similar thing. Let me check from there. So, github.com, or maybe the code. I should have code here only. Let me check. Containing folder. YouTube. Where is YouTube? Where is YouTube? YouTube. Resources. Images and vertical menu. Should be this one, right? So if we go to image, vertical menu.svg, let's check. Vertical menu.svg, we need to rerun it. Let's rerun. It's here. Let's see. Still no luck. Did for that one, did I do something different? Let me pull that up and let me check. Let me check what I did for that. So I pulled this main page.xml from our YouTube UI build, and there should be vertical menu, vertical menu, height request 15 and width request 10. Is it going to work? Uh, height request 15 and width request 10. It is not. Oh, sorry. I changed different one. I should go to header 15 and 10. No, it's still getting one item only. What is the issue? Which button? Vertical option star. Option star. No, it's still one item. What is the issue here? Uh, let's try this. Suppose is something wrong with this grid? Change it to this thing. No, nothing is wrong with grid. I cannot think of anything right now, so maybe we can think about it later. If you know something which I'm not, I'm missing something, so maybe you could let me know in the comments. Else I'll try to look into it offline. Okay, let's go to the next item of this header. So next item is this name and Twitter handle. So next thing, inside this grid only, it was row 0, column 0, it was row 0, column 1. Now next item is we are going to have one label, and it will be grid dot row 1. This is first row, and for columns we could use column 0, or we could use column span 2. Okay, so column span 2 is actually going to use these two columns inside one column only. So for text, let's add the text. In real application, we are going to get it from bindings from our model. Now let's design this. So first thing, it should be bold. Second thing, the font color, font size, maybe 25, and text color. It's black only, right? Black, and yeah, now prints. It is here. Now the next item, let me copy this only. Next item would be, so I can show you that I don't need to specify this column span because the second column is here only. So the first column, let's check. So we could remove it if you want, but to be more explicit, we could have this. So it shows that what we are going to, what we want to do. So, and this is Twitter handles. So whatever, and it is not bold, or it is bold actually. The font size is a bit smaller than that, so maybe 18 for this one, and this should be row 2, right? This is row, or I have defined 3 rows, right? I have defined this as, so we could have this, so we could have one whole vertical stack layout, and we can use of both of these items like that only, but I'm using this as two labels, so I will need to add one more row definition to it. Auto, it will give us facility to use the fourth row. So yeah, add the red one, and this is not black color, so this is actually a kind of grayish color. What if we use gray? Yeah, it is gray only. Now comes the last item. So it is, we could use one horizontal stack layout for this one. So horizontal stack layout for this one, the row will be 3, row number 4, and column span again 2. And now we will have these two items. So label text is this one 204 and following. And now if you could see this number 204, this is a number 78, this number, these are a bit darker, and this following and followers, this is actually it. So this is actually lighter and this is darker, so we will need to have different items for this. So first thing, we will have label text for number only. Second thing, we will have for this text, so following, and we will repeat this. So first, let's add some styling to this, but because these 204 and 78, both of these are going to share the same style, same font size, same color and all those, so we could have these as resource dictionary. So we will have this content view dot resources, we will have resource dictionary, and we will have one style. Target type would be label, and X key is going to be, let's say, follow count. It, it will include following and followers both. So for this, we will have couple of setters. So setter first thing, font size, and for value we will have, this is I think the same size for the Twitter handle. So for Twitter handle we use 18, so we are going to use 18 here, and we will use font attributes as bold, and for color, so text color, so it is not completely black, not gray, so it is, let's try dark gray. So we are good with this one. So for this, we will use style, static resource, and follow count. So you see this 204, it changed. This is not dark gray. So let's use maybe 555. Yeah. And for this following, so for this following on this Twitter handle, so the styles are same. So we could copy these styles. So let's add one more style dictionary here, and let's call it maybe light label. We could name it whatever we want, and we are going to use these font attribute bold. We already have font size 18. We already have it, and text color gray. Text color gray. text color gray. This is light label, so we could remove these from here and we can use style. So it is going to have static resource and it will be light label. So this is still same. And this also, let's copy this thing for this one. Yep, for light label 204 following. And we need some spacing between these two. So let's add margin from here. So from left side, we are going to add maybe 10, and then after 10, all others, right? So this spacing, not 5 is fine. Yeah, okay. So these two. Now next thing, we are going to copy these two and we are going to change this to 78 and this following would become follower. Now there is more space between these, so maybe we could add this space. This one, let's copy this to the first one and add it here 50. So it's a lot 20. We could design it in other ways also. Maybe we could have one horizontal stack layout with these two items inside a single horizontal stack layout, then these two items as other, or we could have one grid only. So there could be multiple approaches, so I have used this approach for this one, so we are good for this one. And I think the font size is not 18 for this, maybe smaller than 18, 16, 17. Okay, so we are here. Now comes, and I think that's all what we have for this one, right? This image, this should be left aligned. So this border, horizontal options, it should be at start and it should be at end only. And from end, the second one. Okay, so first thing, we need to add some padding to this grid, this header grid. So on this grid, let's add a padding of 15. Yep, we have this padding of 15. Now comes this thing, this right side, we have more padding from right side, and I think this is consistent, right? Yeah, we have, no, from left also we have a high padding, right? And from top also. So maybe instead of 15, let's try 30 or 35 something. 30 maybe, or let's take 40 for now. No, I think 35, or let's take 30 only. 30. Okay. Now there is a spacing between these two. So let's go to this label which says the name of the user. So we have spacing from the top. So let's add margin and it would be 0 from left and 20 from top and 0 from other sides. Yeah. After that, following follower, we could have this spacing maybe after this Twitter handle or maybe before this horizontal stack layout. So we could use any approach. So let's add it for this horizontal stack layout. So I will have this margin 0 from left and 20 from top, 0 and 0, and we are good. Okay, Mhm. It is a bit smaller, I think. So what if I change this to 15 and I change this name to name is currently using this name it is using 20, so maybe change to 25. Sorry, 20 only. 22. Yeah, let's use this one. So this is kind of done. We have this light horizontal line. So we could, I don't think we have any control for horizontal line in .NET MAUI, but we can achieve it using maybe for this content to view. We can have uh, for this content view, let's use a background color of this light color. So for example, okay, for now let's use some dark color and then we will change it. So background color is this one. Now next thing we are going to do, we are going to wrap the complete content of this content view inside a border. Okay, so you see now we have kind of this thing, and we have this grid, this border, uh, border. Should we use border, or we don't need border, right? Yeah, we don't need border. We can simply go to this grid, add a background color as white, and this content view, can we have padding? Yes, we can have padding. So we will use padding. We need, no, no, no. We have this border for this grid only. So maybe remove these from here, go to this grid. This grid, we have this padding and we need that. Okay, I'm a bit confused now. Let's try this thing only. Background color white. We will use padding as left 0, top 0, right 0, bottom 1. Yeah. So you see this horizontal line kind of thing. So we need this for this grid. So cut these two, come here, add this. Now the problem is we need this 30 padding on this. Okay, so maybe for this grid we will have one more grid on top of this one. Okay, so for now just we will have one grid. Cut this, paste this, and this padding 30, it would be on this one, and these two things, these will be on this one only, right? Mm-hmm. No, 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 what am I doing? This inside grid for this grid. So first grid we get this. Oh, this is header only, right? So maybe for this padding we could use this one, the main border only, main content view only. And then what if we remove this? Maybe I need to rerun it. It's loading. Yeah, okay, fine. So this thing, this thing, and now in this nested grid, we could have background color of white. Yeah, this line. We need this line. So on this grid, we could have padding bottom. So we could have padding 0 from left, 0 from top, 0 from right, and 30 from the bottom. Yes, and now we can change its color to gray, and it's gray, and we need lighter color. So maybe B. Yeah, looks fine, right? Yeah. So we have this thing ready. Not ready, but because of this vertical ellipsis, I don't know what is happening. I'm not able to design it. So I'll try it offline, and maybe we could use this in our next part. Okay, now next comes, let's design this footer first. So for this footer, we will simply go to app shell only, and we will use this only. We will not create any additional control for this. So if you could see, it has only these two items. We could directly use one flex layout for this. Flex layout with justify content, with space between, and it has two images. So source, this light bulb, we have one light bulb and the name is light bulb. Light bulb dot png, spec fill, height is kind of same, so 25, and the width is also 25. And let's see, yep, it is here. Next thing, next image, that is QR code, right? And this flex layout, can we have padding on this one? Yes, let's try 10, and looks like we cannot. So I have not used flex layout much, but I think it provides a very good approach for inside elements, but it's not that good for me. Maybe can we have this thing on this footer? No, right? No. Padding is 10. What if we call it 20? Can we have height on this flex layout? Okay, let's check. So it's of layout, and we have wrap, justify, align, items, position, shrink, row. It comes from layout. Let's go to layout, and do we have height and width on this? No. Let's go to view. Do we have height and width? No. Go to visual element. Do we have height and width here? Yes, we have. Okay, so let's try to add height 50, width 50. Okay, so we need height only, and now padding is not working. Yep, padding is not working. Do we have something for spacing? Justify content, space between. And can we have margin on this thing? So margin from left, let's add 10. Yep, we can have 10, but somehow this is not the height. Okay, 35. So maybe we need at least 35 for this. But if we increase the width, then it is going to break this CVG file. Okay, so margin 10, and same thing we could apply for this one, margin 10. Yep. So we have these two things now. We have header ready, we have footer ready. Now for these things, we have these two approaches. Either we can have one control, or either we can add that here only. So for this thing, it will have one scroll view, and for this scroll view also we need no padding, right? We need padding of the same, that 30. Now it will need these items. So for now I can use simple grade with two columns, column definition, and this column definition we will use simply auto and star, auto and star, yeah. And it will have first item, so it will be image, and it will be grade dot column 0, and it will be the, or we could have horizontal horizontal stack layout, maybe vertical stack layout. So for scroll view we could have only one. Okay, hold on. So for image, let's first add this image, and this is user dot, we need that one, user solid, user fill, right? Fill dot png, aspect fill, and height request 30, and width request 30. And let's check for now, is it looking, yeah, it's here. So maybe we need to increase the width, yeah, we have this. And this should be scrollable with multiple items. So we are going to repeat these things for all our icons. So we could have a dictionary here. So content page, this is content page, no, this is shell, right? So shell dot resources, resource dictionary, and we could have this style for target type image, and equal name is X name, and it could be icon for now. And we are going to have sectors for property, aspect, value will be aspect fill, and let's use this. So height request and width request, it would be 30, it would be 20, and we could remove all these three. We could use that style only, static resource, and key is icon, right? What is the problem? Target type image, image X name icon, static resource. What is this key? Do we need to use this? No, right? Icon is not present. X static resource. Static resource. Static resource only. Maybe it's on shell, so we need to rerun it. I'm not sure. Let's try. It's running, and it is saying static resource not found for key icon. And what is the issue for this? Where is our app shell? App shell is here. Shell resources, resource dictionary, style. Everything looks fine. What is the issue? Okay, so we are getting a lot of issues today. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I never use this shell dot resources, but maybe this is why this is not working. We cannot have resources, or maybe there is some different approach for using resources on shell. So one thing, what we can try, we can copy this out, or maybe we can cut this out, cut and go to the resources, styles.xml. We could have our global properties here, global styles here. So I'm going to add it here, and now we should be able to use that here. So icon, let's rerun. And it's throwing this error. So is the name icon is not right, or maybe can't we use icon? Uh, let's say flyout image icon. Let's change this name. And now, is it going to work now? Still no. Let's try to run it again. And now flyout image icon. And this is, what is the issue? Find by name, style, initialize component, and where is it? App shell. For now, let's try to remove this. So we need to debug this. What is the issue? I'm not sure. And it broke again. Flyout image icon. What is the issue? Style, target type, name, setup, property, value. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. Header. Oh, my bad. That should be key, not x dot name. Oh, x dot key. So maybe this is going to work there as well, right? It should have been key. Key and to styles. Yeah, I remove this. Let's try to run it. It should run this time. And it looks like it's running. Yep. Yep, we have this icon now. Okay, and now comes the second part of this. the label for this profile. So label, and it should be grid dot column 1, and the text is going to be profile for this one, and for other items for this designing for styling, so we are going to duplicate those styles. So let's create one more style here. So let's call it menu name maybe, and the target type would be label for this. Font attributes bold, and font size is going to be 28, and text color is going to be black. This is menu name, right? Yeah. And we are here. We will add one style, add static resource, and it will be menu name. So it is profile. Now this grid auto star column 0. Do we have height and width? Yes, we have. We have this one. And next thing is going to be the horizontal and vertical options. The horizontal options start. This is for icon, and vertical options is going to be start again, and let's copy this for this also. So we are good now. The only thing for menu name for this one we need left margin. So or maybe we could say padding for this one. Do we have grid spacing between these cells? Uh, column spacing is column spacing. We could use this also, right? Yeah, looks fine. Yep. So this icon, this is profile. So what if we change this to center? It is going to be at the end, and that's because currently this grid is taking the complete space, this complete thing, because we did not specify the height for this grid, so it is taking the complete area. But for now, that's fine. When we are going to copy this, then it should be fixed. So center, and for this also we're going to use center. Yeah. So this is first item. Now let's copy this couple of times, and it broke because this is scroll view. So we could have only single immediate child to this one. So for this thing we will add vertical stack layout to this grid, then we will copy all this. And now it broke. And what is the issue? Vertical stack layout, we have these grids. Let's try to rerun. Let's check, and yep, we have this. So first thing, we need spacing between these items. So we could go to vertical stack layout, and we could add spacing, and the spacing is a lot. So let's try 30. And now let's change all these. So first one was profile, second one is topics. So topics, and for topics we have the image. What is the image? Comment. Okay, so for topics, we have comment, and looks like we need to change some styles for this one. Okay, go to the third one. We have bookmark, bookmark, fill envelope is bookmark. Did I miss that? Okay, I'll copy that with bookmarks, and up next is lists. So I have this list dot png. Next is Twitter circle. This one, Twitter circle. So I could not get image, this complete image. So maybe I can use this profile image only for this one. So user feed looks okay for me. Twitter circle, and now we have this new uh, badge type of design here. So for the last grid, we could have three columns. So we will have auto, star, and auto. So we have column 0, column 1, and column 2 is going to be this new. So let's add this, and it looks like uh, it's kind of a button, but we should not use button. Do we have let's try to use this grid dot column. It should be column 2. Text is new. Okay, now can we have background color? Yes, we can. And what was that? We should see. Yes. So this color is this one. So background color is this. Yeah. And do we have corner radius for this? No, right? Radius. No. Okay. So for this thing, we could have one border with stroke. Stroke. Nothing. Or we could use white only. Stroke shape. It is going to be of round rectangle again of 50%. And the next thing is going to be we could have a fill color, maybe background color. Yeah. So this background color, it will be this one. Cut this and use this background color, this thing, cut this one, this one, this. Yeah. Now its color is first thing, font attributes bold, and text color is kind of a dark color of this one. Can we have so color picker again, this color, maybe this one or this one. New this one. Okay, for now this is fine. And for this one we will use padding as 0 for not 0. We are going to change this, but for now let's keep it like this only, and font size, it's going to be maybe 12. So for this one, we could have one height, that is height 25. Yeah, and vertical options center, and width width request 50. Okay, and this one for vertical text alignment, it could be center, and horizontal text alignment also center. Yep. So width request, we could reduce this 40, 40. Okay. So let's see font size this one. So maybe we need to use a darker color, but for now let's use this only. And the problem is we will have to reduce the font size of these menu items, right? So it was using 28, so let's use 25. Yeah, now this new is also here. So for this bookmark, I miss the bell comment, ellipsis, envelope, house, light bulb, list, microphone, QR code, start, Twitter, user field, vertical menu, zone. Yeah, I missed this one. Okay, but for now, if you look into it, so we need, if we increase this 25, okay, if we increase this 30, okay, it is fine now, right? Not as good as this one, but yeah, still looking a bit better. We have all these icons now. For bookmark, I missed the bookmark. Let me check and download. Should I download that? Bookmark. Looks like I didn't download the bookmark one. So let's get that real quick. Bookmark, we have this one. Download, bookmark regular, and rename it to bookmark.svg. Cut this and add this to our Visual Studio. It says bookmark, so bookmark.png. Okay, run it. Coming. Bookmark, but for bookmark, we need to override this default style. Where is bookmark? Bookmark is here. So maybe we need to change this width request 20. Yeah, 25. 20. So we can override these global styles as well. So first we will have this style only, then we will simply add our overridden style. So it is going to override it. So yeah, this thing is working, and now we need to add these things. So this horizontal line and then these menu item. So if let's see if scroll bar is working, we can just copy uh, these grids. Hmm, if I add it here, you will have this, and yeah, you can have this scroll bar. So it is scrolling the content only, not header and footer. Okay, looks good. So this video got very long. I didn't think of it. So as all my videos are, these are not pre-recorded. I have not created this beforehand. So that Netflix one, that is going to be the first video. Yes, sir. So I was saying, what was I saying? Uh, Track. Yeah. So I was saying that all these videos are not pre-recorded or pre-practiced basically. So I do all of these things impromptu only. So that Netflix video, that is going to be the first video which I am going to try first. So I'm in middle of something, in middle of that. So I have completed that almost, I think 70 to 75%. So I need to add couple of things to the detail page and then couple of animations, then that should be ready. So subscribe my channel to not miss that video, and we are going to continue on this one, this Twitter UI clone, in next part. So yep, like this video and share this video if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel and comment on this video what was your what do you think about this video. So you could let me know in the comments. So I'll be back with another .NET MAUI video, and yep, I'm going to add it to a GitHub repo, and I'm going to share this GitHub repo inside the description and pinned comment. So yep, I'll be back with another video. Bye.